Hydrus is a new for 2017 roller coaster located at Casino Pier in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Now what's cool is this is one of those parks that really suffered because of Hurricane Sandy. This is the park that had that roller coaster that went into the ocean, so they are making a big comeback. They fully expanded the pier, added this roller coaster, and then a big Ferris wheel. And this is an awesome ride, guys. This is exactly what this park needed. It is a great fit for a small boardwalk park. And the thing is, a lot of people didn't even know this park existed. It wasn't even like on their radar until this ride came along. I actually visited this park before this coaster existed, and man, I gotta say, it's definitely a lot better now. So we're gonna be talking about this ride, talking about how good it is it worth it to come out and ride it? So let's jump into the stats. We have a height of 72 feet. It's not very tall at all. This is a smaller Gerstlauer Eurofighter. But there's also several like this that have the exact same layout, same height, same stats and everything. So really the stats aren't anything to go crazy about. I mean, they're pretty standard. We have an angle of descent of 97 degrees, top speed of 45 miles per hour, and track length of 1,050 feet. So it is a short ride. That's definitely one thing that as I was riding this, I was like, man, that was nice, but I wish it was longer. So that's one of those reasons why you kind of want to get the wristband so you can just keep on riding this thing. So when you go up to ride this, you're going to go into the station, take a seat in the cars. It does have lap bars, which is very nice. You're going to take a left-hand turn out of the station and start climbing up that vertical lift hill. And I love vertical lift hills, and this one is no exception. It is awesome. So you're going to crest over the top, and they position this coaster perfect. They couldn't have done it better because what happens is you crest over the top and you get a view of what else but the ocean, and it is awesome. It is such a great view. I almost wish that it was like dive coaster style where it just kind of holds you at the top because you don't have a whole lot of time to take in the view, but it's a spectacular view. And all the times that I rode it, that was one thing that continued to impress me. It's like you're going over after, a vertical lift hill, you crest over, you're like, wow, that was awesome. Oh, shoot, there's the drop. So that's pretty much what you're thinking as you're going over this. You do have a 97-degree drop. That is great. You're going under yourself. Whether you're in the front and back row, you definitely kind of get pulled up because of the way that the drop goes. Get that airtime-like experience on it, and you get slammed into this vertical loop. And this isn't like a lot of vertical loops that takes an oval shape. This one is a pretty circular loop. I don't know if it's a perfect circle, but I mean, it kind of feels like it. So that's one thing to note. And then we go up into this big overbank. It's technically considered a cutback, as in the second inversion, meaning that there are 3 inversions on this ride. I don't know if I'd necessarily consider it an inversion. I don't think it really feels like one. It just feels like an overbank to me. I'd say it feels like this coaster is 2 inversions, not 3, but technically speaking, there are 3. So, I don't know, that's just a technical thing, I guess. Following that, you're going to go into a real overbank, and that sends you into this roll, and this is a slow-mo inversion. As you go through it, it feels like time slows down, and you just twist through this thing. It is great. And then you're going to go into your final overbank and then into the brake run. So yeah, short ride definitely. But man, is this thing awesome. Believe it or not, this is my favorite Gerstlauer Eurofighter that I've ridden. It is small, but it packs a punch. And my favorite part about it, this thing is as smooth as glass. This thing is so incredibly smooth. It feels like you're gliding. Like you're up in the sky and you're like floating on clouds. The ride couldn't be smoother, and that is a great thing. So as you're going through all these elements, you can enjoy it. You don't have to worry about getting a rough ride or anything. This is just a fun roller coaster. It's not very complex. It is simple, and I like that. I think people get an idea nowadays that roller coasters have to be super elaborate for it to be good. And there's nothing wrong with elaborate roller coasters, but this is an example of a ride that isn't too complicated, and it doesn't need to be. It has a simple layout, and it is effective. You get off this and you said, man, that is really fun. I'm going to go do that again. I rode this thing 5 times in a row. I could have kept going. I could have ridden this all day, and I would have been just fine with that. So should you come out and ride this? Absolutely. This is my personal favorite boardwalk roller coaster that I've ridden. Now, it is new for 2017. That probably explains why it's so smooth. I hope that it stays smooth. It'd be a shame if this thing started getting a rattle or started getting rough. But in the current state that it is, this is a fantastic roller coaster. So for its final score, I'm going to give it a 9. I think it deserves it. Again, I'm one who rarely gives out 10s. I think there's very few examples of a perfect roller coaster. I think this is a great example of a Eurofighter, but even this isn't perfect. Like I mentioned, it's a really short ride. But I mean, they had a lack of space, so they fit in what they could, and the fact that they fit this roller coaster in, I think is fantastic. So I'm not really complaining about the length because I understand the circumstances that they were in, so they did what they could, and I think that's great. I liked this ride a whole lot more than I thought I would. I'm a big fan of Hydrus. It is absolutely worth your time to go out to Casino Pier and ride this thing. If you're going to make like a list of like bucket list boardwalk roller coasters that you should get on, this should be in your top 3. Up there with probably like the Cyclone or like Giant Dipper. So those are my thoughts on Hydrus at Casino Pier. Let me know if you've ridden this, what you think about it. Post all those thoughts in the comment section below. And of course, if you're new to Coaster Studios, make sure to check out the past reviews that we've done. They're all available in a playlist organized alphabetically by the coaster's name. So go and check those out. And of course, stay tuned for more reviews coming very soon to Coaster Studios.